Hi, this is Ella Rosenfeld reporting to you for UCIRvinesports.com and AnteaterTV. I'm here with Jeremy Dejno in the Bren Center after an extremely tough 5-game loss to BYU. Jeremy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Cool.
Jeremy, that was a really tough 5-game loss. What can you tell us? What happened in that 3rd and 4th game that kind of carried the momentum from good to bad, carrying into the 5th game where there's some ups and downs? What happened?
Well, like I've said for 3 years now, this is the 3rd time that I've done this after this match. Their fans, they travel everywhere, so their momentum, when they get momentum and they ride, that team just rides on a lot of emotion. And when you have half the stands filled with all the BYU fans, it's tough to stop that momentum. I think that our fans did a great job too. It was absolutely a battle on the court as well as in the stands. I mean, BYU was over here, our UCI fans over there, and it was really blown up in here. And when on the court, it was loud. But it's, yeah, I can't really pinpoint anything technically. It's just ebbs and flows of the game, and it was so close. I can't even say one thing over the other. It's just that's the outcome, and you have to ride those ebbs and flows. And sometimes it's for you, sometimes it's against you.
And your offense, you hit great throughout the whole game. You hit over 300. What did you kind of come into this game with the mentality of, and how did you change it throughout?
Just trusting myself was a big part of it in this game, and bringing fire. We haven't put together a win in MPSF yet, and I think we've been kind of complacent. And although we didn't win this one today, I think we're gaining some momentum and at least finding ourselves and letting go of some of that tension and letting it just ride. And it's easy, a lot easier when you have a huge crowd and it gets you going. But I think that internally our team's going to start bringing it as well.
Yeah, definitely. And going off of that, what do you think the team's going to do differently in practice to get ready for your game? I guess you don't really have practice for your game tomorrow. How do you think the mentality is going to change a little bit?
You got to leave it on the court. And for Cal BAP, we haven't thought about them at all, not because they're not a good team, but just because you have BYU, who's a worthy adversary, and then you forget about it. Win or loss, you forget about it, and you move on to the next team, and then you focus on them and the specifics that you need to do for that match.
Yeah, definitely. And what has the vibe been like in practice? I know you guys have been working really hard. You suffered some losses before the season started. What has it been like?
It's been competitive in practice, and I think that transferring that over into the MPSF match environment is something that we're still working on, and I think today was a huge step towards finding it and sustaining it and putting together a win. So tomorrow is going to be a win.
And as a senior on the team, what are you kind of focusing on leadership-wise for the season continued out?
It's really divided up for our team. You have vocal leaders, you have the leaders that lead by example, and for me, I feel like I'm one of those guys that leads by example, but I always try to create the thing that I want to give to the team within myself first. So if I want discipline, or I don't always bring a lot of fire, but if I want the team to have fire, then I need to find that in myself before I can start telling guys to bring it. So I like to lead by example.
Definitely. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thanks.